Some Hearts of Iron, as you probably could tell by the name of this stream and whatnot. Right, just checking everything, making sure it's good. We'll be making an episode here. Starting in just a moment as I'm looking over stuff here while I'm... Yeah, okay. Stream is all good. All good. And here I am. Yes, hello, my friend Arno. Arno is a great guy. Well, we pretend he is. He's really evil, but we like him anyways. Yeah. See what reaction has. And Toyjet is here as well. Toyjet is a really cool beluga that somehow knows how to use a computer. How do we know he's a beluga? Well, I've seen some video of him. He's very helpful when like people lose their cell phone or whatever, into the water next to him. He'll dive down, bring it back up for them. Or he's seen him playing catch with some boating people that were throwing a ball out, and he was going to catch it and bring it back. So yeah, Toyjet is a nice beluga. Beluga is a small whale. You don't know. Okay. Yes. Something I need to do here now. Okay, so I think we will start making an episode here. Welcome back, fellow Armchair Generals. This is Gamer 1745. And of course, we are playing Hearts of Iron 4 Black Ice. And we are getting near, as the title, or as showed at least on the live stream, the invasion of Poland is coming. And hello, Anzetus, I guess that's how you pronounce that, over on YouTube. Interesting name. And I'm doing very good. Toyjet. Right. Now, one thing I really, really love about Hoi 4 is this feature in which you can tell your fleets not to operate in certain areas. Now, I wish instead of having this negative control, you had a positive control. And by that, I mean saying like, actually, like for one of these convoy routes, to be able to route it yourself, meaning not tell it you can't go through here, but say, no, go, give it a route specifically, around that kind of thing. And here we're going to come and we're going to put a void if possible. Okay. Ends at 140 over on Twitch. Yes, I'm on both places, YouTube and Twitch, while I'm live here. So wherever you want to watch, wherever is best for you, we're going to say don't go here. So this is good. Now what we're also going to do here is getting ready for the big... These are coastal submarines. So we're going to select these. I don't play with this enough. Create a new task force, and we're going to do all coastal subs. Select this. We're actually going to move this to a new theater here just to get it out. And we're going to move it. Kiel is probably fine. We're going to send them to Kiel. Okay, and we're going to come here. We're going to create a new task force thingy. Again, I'm not sure that this is the best way to do some of this management. We're going to select this. I'm breaking it away from other things. Right. Okay. Well, for fleet, trying to think how these work together. Well, good. You're doing well. That's good to hear. Sickness at work. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, so we're going to create another task force, and I'm not going to give them all of the submarines. Are they all type? Oh no, there are multiple types here. Okay. Let's get the type. Well, maybe there's only 2 of this class. Well, that's funny. There's 2. Type 1A class. Okay, whatever that is. And again, we're going to put it in its own fleet, so it does its own thing. Again, I'm not the biggest expert on naval warfare in Hoi 4, but I do understand a lot of basics of it. And it's really nice. So you could put out, say, like a destroyer patrol, and then a strike force that will rush out of the port. So it's not burning fuel all the time. Rush out of the port once the enemy is found, and that's good for doing those kinds of things. But when it's not so good when you're trying to say, oh, hey, you know, one group of subs patrols here, another group of sub patrols there, and so on. So there's a distinct lack of battleships and cruisers to act long-range surface raiders. Yes, we have a few. Okay, toy jet. We have the Grass Spay here, which pocket battleship. No, we did not build Bismarck or Tirpitz. We do have Scharnhorst and Gneisenau, which are they really more battle cruisers, toy jet? I sort of know what I'm talking about, but not super detailed. And over here, these are pre-dreadnought old battleships. We have 2 of those here. Would you honestly rate the use of whether it's Scharnhorst Gneisenau, which we used a bit, Bismarck, which had one short sortie, and that it goes out, it sinks the hood, I think, and then goes, tries to get into port and gets sunk. And yes, the Grass Spay does cause a lot of chaos down here in the South Atlantic. And yes, while Bismarck was out, there's a really great movie, I think, called Sink the Bismarck. I think it's really great. I know it's called Sink the Bismarck, at least one of the titles. And there's another movie about the Grass Spay being out. Not as good, but still a good movie on that. Yeah, when both of those ships were out there, the British were sending massive amounts of ships to deal with them. So they were, one ship was distracting multiple fleets. And, as to work as commerce raiders. And but actual ton of sinkage, including warships, because I know they both, Graf Spee and I think the Graf Spee did, but I know Bismarck sinks at least one capital ship. Is it really worth it? Now, the threat of them, and the British spent lots and lots of effort on going after the Tirpitz, as it just sat in port up in Norway. And yes, they did use, I believe, the Tirpitz and some others to go after the convoys to Russia. Is the cost and the lives, including the idea of training the sailors and whatnot, is it worth it for what they sunk? Or not? If I had a other planned operation, I don't know, like an invasion, cross-channel invasion, but was using air power and some barges or something, that, do we take the calculus that, oh, hey, if we send out one of these ships somewhat prior to it, not because, while it's operating, you may prefer to be here, but to distract a whole bunch of fleets to get them off position, and then you do, instead of a channel dash across or through the channel, you do a channel dash across the channel or something like that. Or if you were having some other operations coming, fleet operations, presumably Italian, but operations down here in the Mediterranean, like a major, I don't know, invasion of Malta or Gibraltar or whatever it might be, that you're trying to get the British off sides during those brief moments that would then allow you to do something else, I would get. But to the best of my knowledge, none of the commerce raiding, and including the Graf Spee, which was fairly early, was even distracting against, like, the idea of invading Norway by getting them off there. So I don't know. I would love to hear, because I know you're a bit of a like, okay, why don't you request troop passage from Peru, Dominican Republic, and Venezuela? I don't know how that would help me. What do I want to get troops into Peru for? I currently have no goals to be down there. Yep, and toy jet. So no, not worth it all. But I do love your high seas fleet. Yes. Now, none of what I said should be taken for whether Germany should build some capital ships. The realities of the time frame that we're looking at, there is no way that Germany should try to build a capital fleet that matches even the French capital fleet, let alone the British, even the Americans, which is old and aging by this point, and the Japanese. There's no way that they should build a capital fleet to try to match that, because, and I've talked about this, I'm not going to go into it just briefly here, but the economy, Reichsmarks, the cost in Reichsmarks in building a battleship or in building a panzer division, building the rifles, the tanks, the artillery pieces, really doesn't matter to the German government. It sort of kind of does a bit. It does matter on two fronts, though. One, what it matters is the resources in Germany to make, well, artillery pieces, making, whether it's the main guns for a battleship or the secondary guns for a battleship, or just the steel for the battleship, or making, artillery pieces for an armored division, or making the, armor plate for the tanks. Yes, you have sort of limited amounts of production capabilities. And two, particularly if you just print money, and this is different than when they were doing it in the Weimar years to print money to pay off foreign loans that was causing hyperinflation. But if you print money to pay for things that go like into tanks, that so the worker producing things that the worker can't buy. If the worker is putting money circulating through the economy, and I know my economic views are not Keynesian by any standards. Keynesianism works only in the short term, which is sort of what we're seeing Germany build up in the war, before and during the war. But there's always a crash with Keynesianism. But if you're like building Volkswagens, well, the worker can save up money to buy a Volkswagen. The worker doesn't save up money to buy a tank. So he's being paid to produce something that doesn't go into the economic mix. And then what is he going to spend his money on? And if there's not enough Volkswagens to go around, the price of the more money you have, the more you're willing to put down, on other limited resources. So it causes inflation. So that there is a dollar or, a monetary cost, but most of the cost really is in production capability. The threat, having a real few battleships, had they got, for all the, the Wehraboo fanboys or whatever out there for the Graf Zeppelin carrier, it really was a crap carrier. And I don't know quite offhand about its engine capabilities or other sort of design capabilities, but for its basic tonnage, it didn't carry that many aircraft. It was not very well optimized. Germany did not have a history, tradition, a knowledge base to how to design an aircraft carrier that could carry a lot of aircraft. Now, it might have, ergonomically, as in, humans moving aircraft around and where the elevators were and whatnot. It might be good. I don't know it. I don't think so. But it just, the expected aircraft numbers to carry on that thing was pretty damn small for its size. But just the threat that a carrier could come out protecting a small battle group that's going to go after some of the mega convoys that are coming off there. That threat forces Britain to do things like keep a home fleet here. And if you have a big fleet of battleships, you have to have light cruisers and destroyers around it, or otherwise they're very vulnerable. So that keeps light cruisers and destroyers away from protecting the convoys doing the submarines. So having some proper capital ships, one carrier would have actually been nice if it was functional, and some battleships and some pocket battleships. Having some of those is a very good thing. It's how and when do you use them? When are you willing to use them up, like cross-channel invasion, or like not so much capital ships, but destroyers and lighter cruisers coming into the invasion of Norway? When are you willing to take the losses to achieve a specific strategic goal? So, and when you're getting the invading someplace like Norway, if the British realize that they're not sure where some of your capital ships are, and so they have to, if you're going to put, and troops are valuable, trust me, people. It's not just, the theoretical human lives question. It's trained, organized units are extremely valuable, and if they get sunk at sea, they all die, and it is tragic for your nation from a combat standpoint. And so yeah, if you're having a troop convoy that's coming up to reinforce Norway, and all it has to worry about is some submarines, well, then it can have a flock of destroyers around it, and you're probably going to beat most of the submarines away. And if you just sink one or two of the troop transports, you're probably going to be able to rescue those troops off the troop transports if you have destroyers and whatnot around them. They're not just all gone; they're disrupted, leaving their equipment behind. That's going to be one thing. But if you have to protect that troop convoy because all of a sudden coming over the horizon might be a couple of battleships that are just going to blast everything and sink everything, yeah, it ain't gonna work. So you've got to organize your troop convoys up with battleships with continuous or I should say with continuous air cover and all of that stuff going on. So you can't use your battleships in, say, shore bombardment or other means. So yes, building a few is a good idea. How and when you use them, that's another question. I say best German fleet would be submarine destroyers and maybe a couple of cruisers, but the first two for sure. Yes, I was in trying to make numbers, and that's what in essence I've done here. I have, for those who haven't watched every episode here, I've just sort of lazily, quite honestly, just made it all submarine production here, so that we're producing one coastal, which is still quite useful, and the rest just basic submarines and some transport ships. It would be best if I also had we're going to move one, maybe two of these production lines to destroyers, if I was really trying to play well, because that can help with protecting your convoys. But now back to here. So we're going to click here. We're going to form another group. We can go 10, I guess. I don't know if that. We're going to create that. I'm moving these to a different fleet. And then we're going to come back to here. This. No. Whatever. Well, that's fine. Okay, so now what we have here is some submarines. Now I've told them to avoid going through the channel here. Right now we're at peace, so it really doesn't matter, but in time it might. I think we're going to tell these guys to come down here off the Iberian coast. We're gonna, because we're in March, we're getting close, and I'm not going to do. And you're also gonna convoy raid. Just, I know it's early, a bit too early, but whatever. And these 9, we're going to tell them to convoy right up here. So now we have around Britain here, these guys are where they're just coming to. We have, let's see if I can move these guys down to here. There we go. So we've got Britain cut off from, outside support. Well, at least raiding their convoys. And that's sort of because, again, this campaign, if those who haven't watched all of the stuff, the main function. Excuse me, let me get something to drink here. the main function of this series is learning and looking at how the new economy is working, needing to produce, iron and coal to produce steel and bauxite and energy. Well, there's energy up there too, but to produce aluminum, and how that's all working, and some of the other economic things are working in producing a reasonably good stuff. Maybe try and buy stuff you're short on. Yeah, I don't know about buying capital ships. Some of the other stuff, yeah, that may be the good way to go about it. Okay. Okay, yeah. When you start up, it does take a little bit of time, but all of our essentials are now filled for resources, as well as dealing with food. I have no idea if I have enough food. Okay, we've taken over Skota. Right. Okay, we're in March. And the one that we just did is this, which moves Skota works here, which we should see this here. So overall, overall factory output is up by 5% from this. The MIFO bills, which will go away once the war starts. Winter heating, which is causing us the negative aspect. 4-year plan still going on. Axis powers recruitable population. Deutsch Erdal AG, so that's helping with our synthetic. General staff, expanded core here. We're just going through all these. Expanded Reich Arbeitsdienst, labor service, helping with factory output and such. Advanced synthetic industry investment, which has negative results for some of this, but does help with some of the synthetic capabilities. And diverting synthetic we must begin investment. So we're getting that developed there. Reichswerk Hermann Göring, which is helping us with resources. Volksdeutsch, Germans from outside of Germany, helping our population capabilities. National Socialist Volksheim, this is a women's help thing. Deutsches Arbeitersfront, again, factory output. Bank of German Aviation, help with research there. Empower foreign nationalists, like the nationalists in Spain. The Hitler Youth, helping with manpower and stability. Inefficient ship design, because we are again focusing on smaller stuff. Autarky Enabling Act, which political power, and bitter losers, which is driving Germany policy. Okay. Now, all right. Okay. We're in March, and this is March into April but we are 13 days into March. So what we need to do here is that we have this here 20 days. So that'll put us right at the beginning of April, and then we have 8 days here. So let's hit this here. Now, let's take a look again at our logistics here. Oh, yes. A lot of trucks. Okay, good. I wanted those trucks, because we're going to motorize up these 3 divisions, get them motorized. But I also wanted to, we got a lot of fighters, but what are they? Okay, well, some 109s, piddling few, most. And I know you can sell these things off, and it might be worth to sell them off, but because of the high attrition rates, I like to have some of those older fighters around for replacements. Okay. Now, I don't know if they just expect me to have more production now or more shortages, I don't think I'm really short on the size of my army. And I don't necessarily think that I don't know if they mean these aircraft to be a one-for-one aircraft production, but 14 transports is too few. I think our overall numbers of fighters are too low. I think, and I am not the great expert at fighter numbers. So I think I don't think German manpower or German production is up where it should be with this new economy. What is the fastest you think you can beat the Soviet Union? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a good, I'll call you map, because I see what looks to be an MAP. I know it's Cyrillic, but I don't know with this. So yes, I don't have. I'm not even sure that I can beat the Soviet Union. I think I can, but I don't know. Just lost our negative winter heating effects. Okay, now we have. Yeah, you see, we got a gap here. Be up here. These guys are going to our motorized / armored formations. Oh, I've absolutely won before. Yes. Oh God, yes. If you don't know, I am playing with the main release version of Black Ice, and so that, as you can maybe tell from looking at this, radically changes the economy here, the types of that you need to have engine factories as well as artillery factories as well as tank factories as well as aircraft assembly factories. You have to have power plants producing. So I've been producing power plants. I've been producing industrial farms and other things that have distracted me away from building just military factories and civilian factories. So I have not played a full game through yet with all of these new things. So I don't know with all of these developments what is going to do. And you can look, if you're interested, you can check on my YouTube channel all of the different playthroughs that I've done. And yes, I have defeated the Soviet Union in that amount of time. Okay, and I want to see here after going, okay, well, did it really use a negative 1,000 trucks for 3 effing divisions? Wait a minute. Go did I have that? You know, trucks. Okay, 750 trucks. Oh God. Well, so this is some of the. So this is what. I know that some of the stuff is coming here. This is these, and this is what I'm looking at here. The 13th Infantry Division motorized. Now, and this is a pre-war motorization. And this is some of the stuff that I'm examining the mod. And I know they play tested it a lot and whatnot, but historically, a division like this pre-war, we're not talking something in the war after lots of attrition and bad things happen. We're talking about just getting things ready here. It might have been somewhat short on, you know, the ideal of all of the trucks and ideal of all the light vehicles, but it's going to be mostly complete. So I'm, you know, again, this is with Condor, good. We've got the Condor researched here, which is very good. Okay. And so we need to continue to build industry here. Get all of that building. Well, we can see the Condor new and some new models there. Do we need to activate any of these? No, we're good. Even needing all those trucks, let's see what we have for aircraft here. Currently in production. What do we have for naval? We have these guys. These are shorter range naval bombers. I'm going to just, because I like it, and because I do want to keep some of the others, I'm going to just put the Condor into production here. We will need more rubber and whatnot, aluminum. Okay, what model do we want to have our aeronautics? We could do the 111 or 110. I mean, I'm also thinking of the 111 improvements. Yeah, we'll do the 110 improvements first. Now, because I do want. Okay, bauxite. Yeah, Kingdom of Hungary. Let's give it another factory here. Okay, I should be fueling that now. Rubber. Oh boy. Research. What I want to look at here is, oh, we do have this research slot open. Good. In our synthetics. Here I know. Liquefaction. Okay, synthetic rubber output production +2, and I believe that is +2 per factory. So that is coming. I don't know how quick. So I'm going to not trade for more rubber. Not doing diesel. Head-on armor. Swimming tanks. Are we researching? I think we are with the pack. No, we are not. So we should be researching this. So we'll do that. Are we still negative on horse transport? No, we actually do have a good. Okay. And we're getting more and more military factories online, including we're getting some more radar set up. Get that into development there. Back to here, really. Let's medium artillery, heavy artillery. Trucks down 1,000. So I guess we need more trucks. Trucks are not sexy to build. You want to build tanks and fighters and other things like that. But now we can see here, and I also another thing I love about the new developments, I've overstacked into this province. So we are having supply issues. And some of the stuff I just sent in here. Okay. Okay. Is this what I'm looking for? Yes. Right. Let's give Ritter von Thoma a motorized infantry division to make his group a little better. Von Manstein will get a motorized infantry division, and so will Guderian. Well, I'm noticing. Let's send you up to here. Send you back to there. You over to there. That'll. Oh, yeah, and you to there. That'll help with the supply. Why not give traits to your generals? They give. Yes. Well, partially it's laziness, and I'm spending most of my time here talking. It's not a specific choice. You do have costs, though I have a fair amount here. Combined arm expert. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not a thinking you shouldn't. It's more just looking at everything else while trying to chat with everybody. Reinforce initiative, recovery rate. So there we go. Spent a little bit on some of that. So yes, and you need to balance out your current command power and what you spend on things. But yes, it is a good idea. Here, what we're going to do is we're going to deselect some of these. That's good. So I'm going to send you up here, buddy. Assault gun research. Well, we have done some of the superstructure here, but not all here. And if so, we need to do some of this. Some of this is back earlier here. Don't know what. Let's oh no. here which ones we, as you can see, Arno, here, we do have, that's the Sturmpanzer, and we have not yet got all of the gun research here. And others, the grill, the Stug F here, Stug here, we don't have partially sloped armor yet. That is partially the reason why. Not that I don't want them. And we needed that. Now we can look at, yeah, maybe partial. Okay, well here I was thinking maybe we get partially smooth, but no. Better static A. Uh-huh. Rankin and more production. More. Well, here, move this up further towards the top. We're doing 6 a year here. Yeah. Okay. Get it above the Navy for deal purposes. Don't have rubber for it. But we are researching where is it? Thought we were researching. Oh, maybe we just got it. Did we just get it? Oh, okay. Improved rubber processing. That's what. Why am I not? Because I'm looking for improved rubber processing. Infrastructure works, civilian works. Here it is. So in 87 days, that's a long time. Okay, well. Oh, well, maybe we need to trade for some rubber then. Because we're now down at -3, so we'll get some from the Belgians. Hey, ZZ, how you doing? Okay, so now that we've moved troops out of here, we're now much better supplied there. Foreign volunteers, nice for a little manpower boost. Okay, Ribbentrop Molotov Pact. Okay. Now, mobilize the Reich. That's probably what we should do. It's 7 days. Air generation. Yeah. Replace limited with military general mobilization. We can look at that over here. No, down here. Yeah, see, right now we're at military, and so that would take us 30 days, cost us a little bit here. This, just click here. This will do it in 7. We can see some negative effects to production, but not much. So let's do that. Get the Reich mobilized. Oh, we want to move you to here, and we want to move you to here. Moscow signs the pact. Excellent. All right. Well, because we're getting that close a number of days, let's put you up over here, and you go for interception. You guys come up here, and you guys go for air superiority. You guys come up here and go for air superiority. A moment, we're also going to put you up over here again for air superiority. And you guys are going to come for air superiority there. Now, here, you're going to come up here for air superiority. Let's move you further forward and put you up there over. Now, I think we're going to shift you away from there and also down over here. Warsaw with air superiority. Back here, we do not have a home squadron. I guess we don't. Berlin. You're going there. See, I just don't have enough air. At least I don't think I do. Hey, IKB. How you doing, my friend? Okay, well, we're getting some of our air prepared, but again, it seems woefully little. We are getting our... We can look here. Well, some of the easiest. We only at level stage 1 here, so we have some radar coming online to help us out, but it's quite minimal. I don't like how little, but I do want to build more of a line up here once I get there. So we need more of everything. You fill in the gap there. You guys come here, some rear area reinforcements. You know, I'm putting them on the front line, but they're only going to attack in conjunction with others or whatnot. Good to hear that you're good, IKB. Ah, cool. Cool. IKB is a railway warfare expert. I'm going to call him that. He knows a lot about that subject. Okay, so we're mobilized the Reich. We are, I think, ready for this. I like your train of thought, yes. Now, I would really love it whether it's some of the developers or just some other people that have played this mod with this version or some very close version to this. Have I made seriously wrong choices? In production. I don't have nearly enough aircraft, in my opinion. I think I'm significantly down on the historical levels of things like fighters. I think I'm low on trucks. I think, you know, so what what should I have done different? Is it just meant for me to be low on some of this other stuff? Am I not managing some? Yes, I have 9,000 over that extra machine guns. I have 50,000 uniforms, but I've had times in which, I've had naked troops. 30,000, well, almost 40,000 infantry equipment. Okay, that's our sort of good 12,000 good stuff. 22,000 Czech Mauser rifles, so that's a major. So if I hadn't gotten the Czech rifles here, I would be down at about 20,000, and that's you can quickly lose that in combat. Got a lot of light artillery, but again that'll be consumed. 4,000 handheld AT, 1,000, and that some of these things is just I'm just wondering about. Am I producing enough? Have I made some blunders here? I think I'm woefully under-equipped. I think I have a relatively small army. I built no panzer divisions, and not that I necessarily should have, that are not part of the production chain. Okay, we need logistics company improvements there. So I don't know. I'm not worried about taking on Poland, but it's down the road that I'm worried about. Okay, enemy agent turned. Okay, well, good. Immunization advances. Nice. What was it that I was thinking of? Oh boy, I'm losing my train of thought here. It was logistics company 2 to get the refits. So let's see. Some of these I'm not necessarily keeping up with. Okay, maintenance company, logistics company 2. Okay, we will do that. We have just the basic levels of West Wall here. Level 2 forts. I would feel a bit uncomfortable if I was playing against a human playing France. With this, I would probably want a little better. But I clicked on the spot. Yeah, that's level 3. 2. So yeah, I think I'm okay against the AI France. And as you can see, I have basically 2 divisions on all of the front lines plus a garrison unit. So hopefully that'll be enough. Okay, Danziger War. Now, before I click on this. We've got some submarines out working. We've got some air units up to cover both the east and the west, though nowhere near what I'm comfortable with. Well, let's put you out here and go anti-shipping, because that's what you're for. Let's come over here and go after. But I'm going to own this area, I think, quickly, so I don't need to bomb it structurally. It's one thing to say interceptor. Okay, well, I guess you're going to come up over here. Like bombing Britain or whatever that you're not planning on owning anytime soon. What is... Oh, yes. Okay. I'm hoping my light air cover, my fighters will do what I want, but it'll protect well enough, but we'll see. All right, so we've got some air set up here. The Danziger War. One refuses the ultimatum. Well, refuses to secede, whatever. Cede over there. All right, so we are now at war. Boom. Right. Before Poland can have any real chance to react to my forces, we are going to attack, attack, attack.
Angetreten. Ausrücken. Bereit. Ausrücken. Angetreten.
Actually, I'm going to do this way instead, because we've got two infantry divisions coming from there to attack there. How did he get here? I don't know, but I don't know. Obviously be striking out with our armored forces very, very quickly here. So, hello, Uland 88. I have done some Japan games. They're for both Hearts of Iron 3 and Hearts of Iron 4. There are so there are some series. If you want to check those out. Will I in the future? Yes, for sure. Sometime in the future I will. I don't know when. I mean, it's not like in the current plans, but definitely have done. Okay, and up here. Oh, you need to. Yes. Okay. You're going to attack there. Support by these guys. These guys are going to support that attack. Make sure they're just sort of overwhelming. Well, with the new industry update. Yeah, sometimes. Well, okay. I don't know that they've done a good enough job with the industry update yet. No, this is the main release version, not their sort of in development release versions that they release every couple of weeks.
Angetreten.
So
Ausrücken.
so this isn't what they have, quote unquote, in development, but I know Germany the best. I think Germany, and again, I am, whether somebody watching live now or later on, I would love to have somebody critique, and no one has, who's played this enough, because I've only been playing it for you, been distracted with other real life issues. I think Germany's too weak industrially. Hello, the Bear 501. How you doing? So I think Germany's too weak. I think I'm spending too much time. Now maybe I shouldn't be worried about keeping, energy expansion. I'm not saying I'm doing everything right here. I don't know the game well enough to know that. Get our motorized SS going. And if you can't get Germany right, can you get Japan right? Now, Japan is sort of by definition not getting enough resources. Because historically it does not have enough industry and other capabilities to fulfill even its basic needs. Okay. One division attack there to pin those guys. You guys go that way. You stop going that way. You attack down that way. You guys have made it into here already. You come up to here, you guys come down to there. Kingdom of Nepal joins the Allies. Uh-oh, we gotta win. Nepal is against us. Okay, regimental doctrines. These are limited to here. Okay, we are in 1940. It is April. Armored Spearhead, Mobile Warfare, Sherplunk, or we can go Mobile Infantry, Mass Motorization, or so that this would be the historical path for Germany, and it's the one that we want to take. Yeah, we'll spend the extra to get that done fast. Hungary wants to join the war. All right, Hungary can join the war. Don't know what it's going to do other than maybe fight down here, but good. Okay, we are pushing hard and fast towards Warsaw. You guys keep moving forward. No, okay, we need to some of our okay. We can do this now that we're at war. Military factory and power plant, but it's going to unlock black defense land there, which is really nice. So we'll do that. Speed and ferocity. Speed and ferocity. No. You guys forward. You come forward yourselves. You come up that way. You guys, no. You just come to here. You guys. Okay. Let's do these two go straight north. You go this way. Okay, let's let's move in. Do it by rail. Some of these garrison forces to start garrisoning the rear areas. Okay, again, we are hit Warsaw before they can have a large force in readiness to deal with us. There. Okay, we are now pushed to here. Very nice. Support the attack. You come forward there. You support that attack. Where aren't you guys attacking? I think you exhausted out there, but loads. No, what the hell? Oh my God. I messed that click up. Okay, you guys can. You guys. You can come all the way over to here. You can support that attack. You can support the attack.
Angetreten.
And you go down capped for the pistol. Well, probably should have. We're going to end this episode, not the live stream, people, but the episode here. We are on the outskirts of Warsaw. We will be back next time for taking Warsaw, I do hope. So thanks, everyone. I want to particularly thank Tim, Strongarm, Niagro, Timothy, Sir Toyjet, Gary, Garrett, Marcus, Folk, and the Great Hoffmanator for support over on Patreon. But everybody else, if you can just lick the like button, and if you're new around here, smash the follow button, or the subscribe button, I should say, and post a comment below. That's all I ask. See you next time for more, yes, even more Hearts of Iron. Okay, we will be continuing this. I just want to make a save and episode break here. And we can also... Oh, we are now not having enough rubber. Oh, why aren't we having enough rubber? I thought I was trading with Belgium, which I thought was going to be neutral and continue trading rubber with us. This is disappointing. Disappointing indeed. Well, we'll trade with those two to get more than enough to cover our current needs of rubber. Okay, what are we? We're still lacking heavy artillery. Now we need more transport trucks. Okay. I am getting sick of transport trucks and horse carts, but Lithuania. We don't care about Lithuania. Lithuania is cool.
Bereit. Achtung. Angetreten. Achtung.
But you guys can support that.
Befehlen. Befehlen.
That attack.
Angetreten.
No, well, up here, yes, we have pushed. And you're going to support these guys. Need to attack there. These guys can support the attack there.
Bereit.
Okay, this moves toward north. Romania invites German advisors. Yes. Over there.
Bereit. Achtung.
move down to sort of this city line, so we now are going to assault
Achtung! Angetreten!
into here. You now you support, you assault. Well, where do we want to attack?
Bereit?
I think here.
Angetreten!
Where we're pinning a few forces.
Bereit! Bereit! Angetreten! Befehlen!
So we're continuing our push into Warsaw. Moving up to there. Okay, so now we have pushed through Western Poland. No, I think that's good because you're going to push up north that way. You're going to just push straight across the river and across the river, and you're going to support that. And you over here are going to support from the other side, so that that's now a two-front battle. You come in and occupy the rear areas. You come and keep marching up this way. Infrastructure works 3 and civilian works 3. Oh my god, we have some developments in our capabilities. Okay. Oh well, let's come back here first. Do the single choice one first. Okay, 1940 we could do military production too. We lose 5% base stability, but we get dockyard and factory output, which is nice, but I'm not sure if we want to do that just yet. We did come here for which weekly stability, which we just got that. Power gain, encryption down. Fly range plus. Railway construction speed. We're going to do railway construction speed because we want to produce railways fast. Now, over here, signals intelligence. That would be nice. We could do bigger radars, which would be nice. Or we come here first and do this, get our computing machine done, which will make everything else go the faster. And whether we are building more and or conquering more factories and getting them in line, transport trucks, we are medium artillery. Okay, yeah, medium artillery. Up to the top. Where is medium artillery? There we are, medium artillery. Huh? We got 2 new. Okay, well, heavy artillery as well. Now we are going to run out of fuel in time here, so let's, because we're now using a lot more fuel. Let's get more from Romania. And more from the Soviet Union. I don't know if that will put us into the positive, but it definitely will help. Okay, we've got Danzig completely cut off. Time for another assault on it. And you guys support that assault. Yeah, I'm just trying. I'm trying for figuring out what I need to produce, Arno, instead of trying hard for like buying artillery. I don't know who would sell it to me right offhand, anyways. But either way, I'm. Okay, so we have pushed into here, and we're now going to. Hey, amazing! Oh no, I hate the general government. Moo boy, no, I hate the general government. Unless you hate the general government too. I hate the general government. Okay, the Soviets have now declared war on Poland. Well, what do you know? So now Poland is facing a two-front war. Okay, you guys attack into there with support from here and support. So you're now being hit harder. You attack down to there. You guys come back to there. Yeah, no. General government was evil. Military industrial plan and improved HQs. All right. So, I think we want to do the flag defenses while we can here. Flag equipment gain ratio. Well, I think we want to come down and do this. And a bunch more factories. Yes. Trucks. Trucks. Where can we get some more? Well, you're not even giving us all of the. All you need. Yeah. Well, so we're getting a lot of that. Well, now we're doing flak defenses. Okay, synthetic rubber refineries. Okay, that would give us 2 more synthetic rubber refineries. Synthetic oil, fuel storage. Fuel. Well, even with all of that, that would give us, let's do a synthetic rubber refinery as well. It'll take us a while, but let's get that once we get the Come on, you guys. Why did you crap out on this attack?
Ausrücken! Achtung!
One of you is a good shot. Help out there.
Achtung! Bereit! Bereit!
Okay. Armor, you help encircle.
Angetreten!
You cross the river there.
Bereit! Achtung!
Fall of Warsaw. Okay, so we've got Warsaw. Great. Trotsky survives assassination attempt. Okay, interesting topic. I don't know if anybody here now, but also later on YouTube, you can chime in on this. How would World War II have been different if Trotsky survives the assassination attack? And like, you know, is not, you know, a very minor flesh wound type thing, or no wound at all, you know, not, you know, that he's in very good health. How would that have been different? So you would have this time period. We're taking a little longer than I'd like to get, but you would have the time period from, you know, the start of World War II and the start of the invasion of, you know, start of Barbarossa, in which the Soviet Union is nominally aligned with National Socialist Germany. So would Churchill during this time have courted Trotsky as a you know, what the German High Command in World War One courted Lenin, and eventually helps Lenin get to St. Petersburg to start a revolution to disrupt, you know, the Tsarist Russia. You know, the enemy of my enemy is still my enemy, but still useful to, you know, hurt my enemy. So would Churchill have increased protection around Trotsky and you know, quietly, you know, not like he's necessarily coming out and supporting communist Trotsky, but trying to get the message out to the, you know, the Soviet citizenry that there's an alternative to, you know, Stalin betrays socialism or something kind of thing that might be out there with a, you know, the idea, because you got to realize that from the fall of France until Barbarossa, the communists got to continue to operate in France, in the sense that they got to continue some of their communist newspapers. The communist organizations got to openly continue to exist. To the best of my knowledge, they weren't any significant operations to, you know, organized underground movements. They were in a strange alliance with the National Socialists. That all of a sudden changes, of course, with the German invasion of the Soviet Union. But so would Britain, you know, Churchill and Britain see that as, hey, we can weaken the communist infrastructure around the world, and in the Soviet Union by trying to prop up Trotsky's message to, you know, divide the enemy? Or would he have made the calculation that Trotsky is just too weak, and we believe that, given time, the Soviet Union's going to go to war with Germany, so we want the Soviet Union as strong as it can to, help out, because from the various things that I've read in documentaries and historical dramas, Churchill feels that Britain is saved as soon as he hears um, that Barbarossa is happening. It's like a massive relief for him. Britain is saved. And once he hears of Pearl Harbor, World War II's won in Churchill's mind. It's just the matter of doing things, of going through the process of winning. So that's how I would describe those two events. And if you would think, because you have to realize, like, Stalin makes the judgment that there is a revolutionary movement in China. He doesn't control the Maoist communists, and so he aligns with the nationalists, Chiang Kai-shek. Brief history. Prior to the Japanese invasion and the Marco Polo Bridge incident, the major invasion started there. Germany is the primary trainer for and supplier of like aircraft and military equipment to China. Not the only one, but the primary one. They're also selling aircraft even before this to like Manchukuo and China too, war aircraft, military aircraft, in small numbers of equipment to Japan too. But they are selling to Japan, but they're selling to China. Once the war really breaks out, Hitler and the higher level Nazis decide to support Japan over China. Germany withdraws its advisors, leaves all the equipment there, but withdraws the advisors. Most of the around Nanjing here is where most of the German trained divisions are destroyed as effective fighting forces, at least. They fight really hard. I think they do reasonably good, but they do lose. The Soviet Union, particularly with aircraft and equipment, pilots too. They're sending in lots of Soviet pilots and ground crew. So it's sort of like the Spanish Civil War all over, in which you have, Russians wearing some sort of non-Russian uniform. I don't know if there was a pilot uniform or whatnot for nationalist China, but wearing, not wearing anything that has Soviet badges on it, and having, I don't know, ID cards or whatever that shows that they're a volunteer in the Chinese Nationalist Air Force. They're fighting there and supporting nationalist China, and a lot of light tanks and a lot of rifles and other infantry equipment are coming in to nationalist China. That, of course, stops with Barbarossa, and that's when you get the American Volunteer Group and the P-40s and whatnot, the Flying Tigers, coming into nationalist China from America, just to sort of give the history there. So, yes, the Republic of China, the nationalists, had been in the 20s very radical anti-Western. Well, they had been for a while in alliance with the communists, but had been even themselves in a very radical movement. They moderate their views of Western penetration into China to some degree. They still want extraterritorial out. The idea that parts of China are carved into foreign territories, and then there's foreign economic zones or whatnot in China. They want that gone, but it's a lot. But it's not. It moderates in the sense that, oh yeah, foreign businessmen can come in and be there, and foreign businesses can be here. Set up a factory or import stuff. It's no longer only Chinese stuff, but it's to be under Chinese law instead of extraterritoriality. out there. Now, Hong Kong and Macau had long been given over to not extraterritoriality, as in a trade or concession zone, that had been given as national territory. So, and if you're unaware of it, while Ribbentrop and Molotov are in Moscow negotiating that pact, Britain and France sends up and around going through here before the war starts, obviously, and they're in. There's primarily a British led, but there's also a major French representative there, is negotiating with the deputy foreign secretary or whatever. I forget who. Is it Lementov? I don't know. One of Molotov's assistant. And to the best of my knowledge, these two delegations don't know of each other. The Germans don't know of the British, and the British don't know of the Germans, to the best of my knowledge. Maybe they did. I don't know. But I have no knowledge that they knew of each other. And the big question asked of primarily the British is, what about the Baltic states and Finland? Because the British and French are looking for an anti-German alliance, and well, what about these things? And the British go, well, what about them? Basically, well, can that be in the Soviet sphere of influence? Meaning, the Soviets get to take it over? And they go, well, no, they're independent countries. What are you talking about? And of course, Ribbentrop goes, which ones do you want? Okay, you get Finland, Estonia, Latvia. We get Lithuania, right? And we'll divide up Poland, right? Yes. And this part of Romania gets to go, yeah, right. So that's how it's divided. Now, Germany ends up wanting to get more of this territory in here, and so he trades this for Lithuania and so the Baltic states. So since Germany was willing to deal for territory and Britain and France were not, would Stalin have signed it with Britain and France? Would that have been better for the Soviet Union? Would that have contained, Germany? Really interesting question. If they weren't at that time, to my knowledge, the Soviet Union wasn't asking for Polish territory. But if you've given up some of this over here to the Soviet Union with a stated alliance that if Britain and France go to war with Germany, the Soviet Union goes to war with Germany, that would have really constrained Hitler. Really, really constrained Hitler very much domestically. So, and this of course is well before Churchill comes into power, because he's not coming into power until the falling of France. He's there, but he's gets into the Admiralty shortly after the war starts, but that's just in charge of the Navy. That's not in charge of the government. It's in charge of the government as France is falling. So this is happening before even the war starts. So, but particularly once the war starts, would they have made a deal with Trotsky to undermine Stalin, or would they have thought weakening Stalin would have weakened the future ally of the West in fighting Nazi Germany? I don't know. But I would, again, somebody, if you want to, what do you think about a Trotsky alive? Ooh, we took out 10. Those are Canadian, I do believe. One British convoy, another British convoy, 2 more British convoys, and we're battling some more. So yeah, that would have been rather different had the Trotsky lived. It could have been an interesting what if. You support that attack there. Okay, so we come into here. You attack through there with one division of support. You attack, or you support that attack. We need more steel? No, we have more steel factories. Okay, I think we need to go over to 5 times. We're filling up that. Where are we going to get the iron? Spanish state. Let's cancel this. Sick of trucks. Okay, we've got Danzig. You guys start coming this way. We need to... Let's do something that doesn't need rubber. Well, field uniforms.
Angetreten. Achtung!
Black defense is very good. Ah. Yeah, 32 to... Well... We need to move a bit maybe faster over here. Oh, pause. Assert western claims. Operational going north. Okay, we've already got war with these. Well, yeah, I think we're going to take 32 days and get more synthetic rubber refineries. Okay, what can we do industrially to help? Coal output. Okay, do we have something that's going to help our steel output? Okay, 1940. Steel production output by 1. That would be useful. Or something that would help our iron output. Doesn't look like specifically increasing our mines that we can research at the moment. That's just general resource extraction, which is good. Okay, tank. Okay, well now we can do that, but the add-on armor. We just got partially sloped armor. Yeah, I think the infantry guns too we don't have yet. Yep. And well, we're doing something other than, let's do infantry weapons. So we'll need more of those as the war progresses on. And it doesn't take more rubber. Steel mill. Well, it's more iron that we are lacking. That is causing our limitations. It's in tall. Yeah, well, yeah, and this is. You're absolutely right, IKB. Even if there isn't a real ground swell of support for Trotsky inside the Soviet Union, with the at least as I understand it, and God, I'm far from a Soviet Union internal politics expert, far from it. The disaster that is the Winter War for the Soviets wakes up Stalin and the military high command, and they reorganize things, make divisions smaller because they realize their command structure is crap, cannot handle the bigger formations. They're just, the people aren't capable of it. They know that things are really bad. So you really see that, 1941, through 1941 and getting, before the Barbarossa starts. So late 40, 41, you really start to see a reorganization of the Soviet armed forces. Now, I think maybe, I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure. I think maybe the reorganization of the Soviet armed forces triggers some people in the National Socialist regime to think that Stalin's getting ready to invade. Because there's definitely a big school of thought that 1942 was going to be a year of Soviet invasion, and the Barbarossa was just a preemptive strike. Well, I contend that, and again, I'm not an expert, I contend Stalin is going to attack only when he sees significant great weakness in Germany. And simply a bombing war, with some German cities being bombed and some British cities being bombed, and a U-boat war, naval war out here, and some messing around out in the desert maybe. That isn't Germany being weak. That's Germany not having a navy, not having a great amphibious warfare development. But that isn't necessarily Germany being weak. Now, if we see Germany, had it come to a not a a sitzkrieg of no fighting and a static front line like we see until you know Fall Gelb, the invasion, just sitting there, nothing really happening. But if we had seen, return to sort of trench warfare, or if not even trench warfare, but a back and forth, advance 25 miles here, then get pushed back 25 miles here, sort of a, shall we say, a mechanized World War One, if you will, as opposed to a trench warfare World War One. Just sort of a, back and forth. France is staying in. France is producing all kinds of armaments and munitions, and Germany's struggling. And so Germany bogged down in France with, heavy fighting. Then we might see a Soviet attack. We might see a Soviet attack if, there's a major invasion of Britain and it doesn't immediately fall, meaning, it's sort of, I don't know, maybe this part of Britain, which is a lot of its industrial heartland, is taken, but they can't push out of it, whether it's with the Americans in the war, and especially if the Americans enter the war at that stage, that would then encourage Stalin to come in, or even without the Americans in here, and if he sees most of Germany's modern divisions sitting in Britain battling it out, then yeah, I could see maybe Soviet Union attacking. And I know some of the various programmers for like Hearts of Iron 3, Black Ice, and whatnot have it sort of triggered that if Germany invades Britain and takes some of these areas, that the Soviet Union may attack, as the idea of to give the player a hard time, whether it would have happened, for sure or anything like that historically, but it's more just like, well, hey, this is a time to maybe put a second front on Germany just to make it difficult for Germany. But yeah, I could see that as that. So I see Stalin more as an opportunist as opposed to the gambler that Hitler is. Hitler's a gambler. Stalin is an opportunist. When Stalin gets permission from Germany to go after Finland, Estonia, Latvia, he goes after them. It's only, and it's only, once Germany attacks, the Soviet Union grabs up as much of Eastern Europe as it physically can. It does not go to war with Tito down in Yugoslavia because nominally on Stalin's side, but not controlled by Stalin. So, it's sort of like, do we risk it? What if the Allies intervene? Because in those days, the Soviet Unions either don't have the nuclear weapon, I'm talking the 1950s here, or they've got a few nuclear bombs, but not really ready to go to, global thermal nuclear war. It's more like, oh, hey, if, Britain or France or Britain and France or something, actually send troops in to fight on Tito's side or something, that would sort of be a limited war and a, a negotiated whatnot. But yes, Stalin, one of the biggest war criminals ever. We can talk about Mao and other people too, but so Stalin is the opportunist. Hitler is the gambler. That's how I view the personalities. So, but had the failure in Finland looked to Stalin as Trotskyites betraying us, and instead of trying to reform the army, it's another round of mass trials and mass shootings and whatnot. Whether they even bother with the trials and just sort of go over to even collapse internally the Soviet armed forces structure. I don't know how much it would have collapsed the Navy, but the Air Force maybe as well. And it might have led to the idea of, just kick in the door and the house of cards will crumble of the Soviet Union that Hitler and the Nazis think. Yeah, that very well could be a paranoia situation there. It very well could have. Okay, well, let's see about building some more factories. That's going to with one more that. So yes, that is a real possibility. And now does, Churchill want that, or is that too, useful for the Nazis? I don't know. You guys march into here. You guys there. You guys just march along here. You guys march along here. Supported by that. Okay. Yeah, you join this attack. Legal reforms, Slovakia. Okay. Okay, now that you're in there, you push to here. You support that. You guys, I'm just gonna put you on rails and get you there fast. You're just gonna occupy there. Pack 40. Okay, we got the Pack 40 or Pack 38 or whatever that was. 50mm gun, which should open up. Yeah, there we are. That's what I've been looking for. I want to get that done. We'll make a rush on that. This Kessel, a pocket cauldron, is being hammered hard. Okay, we've basically made it to the historical penetration here. Basically. They push down a bit faster into here. Now, are there... Okay. Oh, we can form this. Force rationing... Yeah, I don't think we need to do that right now. We could requisition trucks. War support down 3% for 90 days. Okay. Oh, well, okay. So war support down, which we have, you know, fairly good war support right now. Factory output, political power gains. Yeah, we'll do that. We're manifest our destiny here. Looking to counter. Let's do this to counter some of the war support going down. Well, no, you can go this way. You guys can go over this way. One of you attacks across there. You can support that. Well, you guys and you march east. Hunt and destroy. Oh, we have somebody that can join our faction. Huh. Do we want to have Italy in our faction at this time? Okay. Well, do we have another? No. Do we want to push ahead on this? Unit destruction, closer support agility, period bonus in combat. That's nice. Okay. We can spend the 100 we have it. Yeah, let's do this. We'll spend that. Yes, Arno says. Yes, Arno says. But we're now. Let's make a save. I'm just going to do this for safety's sake. I think we're going to wait until after Poland has fallen and we are getting... I was hoping to get this done in May, and obviously it's past May and we're still not taking Poland out yet. But Poland is capitulated. Okay, Soviets honor the pact. Excellent. Okay, so we get 12,000 rifles, 20,000 Polish uniforms, and 21,000 other civilian trains. I haven't really been looking at our train. To all kinds of equipment here. Some of it probably even useful. Okay, yes, the treaty must be. We're going to agree to the stipulations. Okay, so that is now. Okay, so we've now secured our eastern front. Huh. Right. What am I going to worry about next now that I've secured the eastern front? Railways. Yes. Yes, railways. Why railways? Well, supply and getting things ready. So I don't know. Let's see. We're level 3, level 4. Okay, actually, we're not doing too bad here because we're going to keep just a skeletal force here in the east for now, but I am looking, and we will probably get some of these up to level 4 before the war starts. But I see a level 1 here. That we want to increase level 2 to that supply dump. That one is worth doing now, because we probably want to get it to a level 3 eventually, but we want to do that now. And we want to build some more industrial centers. All right. Well, I think with the fall of Poland, that's going to end this episode. So come back next time for at least getting ready to go into the West, because that is what we're going to be doing next, is getting ready for that. So thank you, everyone. See you next time for more, yes, even more Hearts of Iron. Yeah, I'll be right back, and then we will continue. So hang on just a moment. Oh, come on. Let's give the audience a better picture than that to look at. There we go. Lots of flags. All right, almost back. Okay. Okay. Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here. We have just taken out Poland. We have 6 divisions that have not seen any action yet. We have large forces in the east, and we've got to move them west. And we're going to move a bunch of these garrison forces right along the border here. So yeah, let's start with that. Okay. No. You can only hold 2 more divisions. All right. Well, at least hold 2 more divisions effectively. Right. You just come down here like that. These aren't real divisions. These are just minor inconveniences. Let's create another force here. Who do we want to put in charge of it? Some crappy general. title? General Hugo Sparrow? I thought he was Air Force or Luftwaffe. Okay, let's go with this guy.
Ausrücken! Angetreten!
These are mostly for go. And that,
Ausrücken!
hey, hopefully the A thinks there was a force or the far side of the formation here. Well,
Ausrücken!
we'll just move you all to here.
Ausrücken!
Well, let's get those guys going. Oh, and we can also let's get these guys up over Berlin and air superiority over central Germany. And we'll send you to the north here. Western Germany. See if we can control the skies all the better. And now have our convoy raiding operations going 13 convoys sunk. Okay, so we are sinking some convoys.
Befehle! Achtung! Ausrücken! Bereit!
Let's get all of you guys, and you're going to come over this.
Ausrücken! Achtung! Bereit! Ausrücken! Achtung! Ausrücken!
Logistics Company 2. Well, that is splendid because that will, okay, we can form a lot of these things. So we can refit here. Okay, so we're going to, what's going to happen here is we're going to move, let's see if we can find,
Achtung!
well, there's the 2nd Panzer Division. And we can see on the template here, well, we'll look over here, would be easier. It just has light tanks. Well, during the invasion of Poland, there were small numbers of Panzer IIIs. I don't even know, they may have had a few Panzer IVs, so this probably should have maybe happened slightly sooner, but it was still remarkably largely Panzer IIs and Panzer Is. And that's back in September 39. By the time you're looking at going into the Battle of France, I Grab the first. Yes. You're getting a few more Panzer IVs, but mostly looking at Panzer IIIs with still large backup numbers of Panzer I's and IIs. So, and our current supply is we have 226 Panzer IIIs. I think these are mostly going to be Panzer IIIAs, and 130 Panzer IVAs. So we can do this reasonably effectively. Now, forming the 6th division, okay, that needs... I thought the 7th was mostly... Well, we'll see how the numbers now that we've converted over refit. Yes, change the division templates. We are researching that. Supply range, organization loss when moving. Or do we come over here and look for things that'll give us full input for right synthetic fuel needs? Yeah, this may be, because if you notice we're using lots and lots of rations up here. We had, what, I think it was 28. So this will, and there is a decay factor for older rations. So we'll do that. And now we have one more factory. We are still short on rubber. So let's see if we can find something useful to make that isn't going to cost us rubber. Well, I think it's important, so let's go with medium artillery. I think medium artillery is more important than heavy.
Angetreten.
When he gets to here, okay. I'll put you on trains to there.
Angetreten. Angetreten. Ausrücken.
What else do we, or can we research here? Yeah, chemical industry, that sounds good. That'll help us out in multiple ways there. Now, so we're getting like 1 and 0% compliance. One thing I am not sure of, I've been told that since La Resistance, these don't have any on-map effect. I'm not sure of that, whether with this. So we're gonna see about testing out some of this. Because I do know you can assign, okay, and here, manage occupied territories. Well, we're gonna change this to, what is this template here? Suppression division. Okay, so we're going to change this over to suppression division. So let's, instead of infantry division, whatever. So, okay, there we go. So that's hopefully, okay, so let's see, 7,000. But hopefully that will, we need 31 divisions of suppression division. Okay. Hopefully use less equipment. Hopefully do better because it has synthetic rubber refineries. Good. That was here. So that should give us 2 synthetic rubber refineries, which will definitely help. All right. Well, we have here, but we're getting diminishing returns, 1 military factory. Where here we got that. For January 42. How we need, okay. Albert Speer is active. Has tech basic artillery truck factory, fighter factories. Reorganize industry. Well, we want to see about that. So, this is, well, we want to, let's go to a universal one here. Take a quick look. So it's saying we need basic. So we need to get all of these to get that, or at least some of these or all of these. So we need to get some of these here. Okay, good to know. We may need to get that. Right, good to know for that. Mentioning Speer. Armaments organizer. Okay. We currently, yeah, let's look at our government here. Okay. Infrastructure construction speed, civilian factory, steel refinery construction speed. I think we're building one of those. Aluminum, synthetic refinery, I think, or we're building one of those, I forget. Power plant. So that's helping a lot with that. Goering is helping, costing us some political power and 1% factory output. Not that big a detail, but civilian factory, power plant, railway construction speed, infrastructure. So that's doing pretty well. So war industrialist here. I think I'm going to make a mod for this and get some of these more historically put up. Well, mm, yeah, I think we will move over to Spear. Actually, reading a book on Spear right now. Okay, head of intelligence as opposed to interior minister. Yeah, probably political advisor. We currently have Herman Goering as corrupt, corrupt kleptocrat. That pronounced correctly. Good. More political power gain, more fascism. Wouldn't Hess be more the political advisor and Goering be more the domestic minister? Gamer, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it does matter because you have these other choices here. So yeah, it does matter. Minister of Commerce, propaganda. Yes, 3% down. Is he needed for anything? I'm going to save this just in case getting rid of Goering does something really bad at this point. As a political advisor, we're going to go with Martin Bormann. So, some nice factories. Panzer applies, modifies all tank battalions. That actually looks really good. Is there a establish the Gestapo, military police, 21 days? Okay. Yeah, we will do this. 24 days.
Bereit.
Let's move you guys
Ausrücken. Angetreten.
west.
Ausrücken. Befehle. Ausrücken.
Right now, notice we
Angetreten.
move these 6 divisions and we already have these guys here.
Bereit.
Because we are considering a move north.
Ausrücken. 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 Ausrücken.
Now. Let's see if we can come up with a decent sort of fleet here. Or controlling some of the waters around here. Okay. Plug this thing in. But not just yet, but we're getting sort of kind of ready. We can... These guys are operating, or going after shipping there. We're going to move you to here and I think do the same out to there. We've already done you out to here too. Hey Eric, how you doing? Well, we've taken out Poland, so we're prepping to go west now, is what we're prepping for. And we're considering going in to the north. And you, okay, we're ending 4-year plan because we are at war, and or we lost him as a political advisor. But okay, so now with that, I think we can come here and we can get the Stug 3 now. Okay, we don't have improved tank radios yet. Okay, well, that's telling me something. I need to research improved tank radios. But I can't do that, I don't think, here. All right, well. Let's do add-on armor. We're gonna leave the Swiss be.
Achtung!
In this division, which we'll get rid of. Oh, what I think there. Where did it pop up? Okay, here. Oh, there it popped up. Okay, good.
Ausrücken!
How are we on trucks? I hate to even sort of look. 800 down. Okay, there's officially more asking. Yes, you can join the Axis. And static AI has it or AA, I should say, not AI. AA. Okay. Radios is the thing that I'm looking for, but we can't do radios from here. But we can do Signals Company 2 or engineering or recon. Are we waiting for? Okay. Well. Let's do that. Okay, so now, yep, we have Italy is now in the war, and that's what I was worried about by getting them in.
Achtung! Achtung! Ausrücken! 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 Bereit? Achtung!
Now, okay, so we're getting this Panzer School up and going. Reassert Western claims, not in faction with this. Around Maginot, which will be, we've got to do this 14 days. Yeah, it's going to be late August before we get in. Really into it, but all right. our stockpiles of aircraft doing? Okay. These guys, again, are mostly old fighters. But well, we got some 109s in reserve. Well, also, let's look here. No, close this, but actually, no. I want to look at current production lines. What are we out of date on? Not aircraft so much here. Okay. Yes, latest 110s. Production hit, switching over. One. Well, no, this is considered medium anti-tank versus light anti-tank. Okay. Whatever. All right. I guess we'll keep producing the light. Let's switch over to air power. We're going to get these guys down to here, I guess. And we will help Italy by going after British shipping there. You come down here and you also go after. Oh, the Winter War has started. I think we're going to create a fighter squadron here. Let's look for. Almost arrived. Alright. Panzer Truppen Schul, very good. Reassert Western claims, 14 days. They're there. They are there. Yeah. You guys come down here and come and control the air here to protect our anti-shipping aircraft. We're already engaging there, and well, let's look out at sea here. We sunk a convoy, a French convoy, British convoy, another British convoy, another British convoy. So we're doing pretty well with that. How are we doing for rubber now? -3 at the moment. We have one more steel. Under the League of Nations, well, goodbye. And we have our 50mm gun, finally research, which I think will finally open up. No. Okay, improve tank radios. Okay, well. Well, I guess that means improved tank radios are here, and we have a bonus, 2 years ahead bonus, so yes, we will do that. Get that going. So right now, if you're wondering, we are waiting on getting our around Maginot line. Ready. Our armor forces up to the front. How hard should it be to take out the Dutch? Not that hard, but I think they may put up a bit of a fight. Move a few divisions up like this. That will get all of that. These guys will all just get here. Oh no, we're not going to sell 100,000 of our food. What are you talking about? It's taking a long time to get that. I knew it would, but it's just painful to watch as it slowly gets more and more done. Oh, what are we still on this for? Well, again, you're going to tell me something other than trucks at this point? At least we're now building again. Well, I want more modern fighters. I want more of everything, but can we trade for more rubber? We're not. Okay, we're getting hungry here. Is it just going to be 5 or 8? There we go. Now we get up to 8. And here we can go up to 8. There for the same amount of factory investment. Good. And for iron, let's go here with Sweden and increase that, and increase that. There we go. And for aircraft models, yep, improve 109s. War with England and France are bypassed. We reassert Eastern claims. Okay, so around Maginot Line, 17 days. Like I say, it's going to be late August. This is Going to take all of 1940 to take out France. I'm liking this less and less, the national focus tree. I know that's become the big thing for everybody. And I don't hate it, but I think it's too, I don't know, linear in completion tasks. Because can somebody explain to me why this takes 17 days to accomplish? I mean, what is taking 17 days? And now I get the idea of national focus in the sense of putting resources of a nation towards a goal. And within a realistic type capability of, are we going to build a west wall or an east wall? You know, kind of thing. Are we going to, or are we going to put, you know, effort into building factories, or, you know, civilian factories, or synthetic factories, or we're going to put effort into building aircraft or something like this. Now, this is mostly just research, so I'm ignoring a lot of this stuff because I'm getting plenty of aircraft done. So I get the idea of something that takes some time to do. You know, click here. Do we, here. There, yes, we do have a few of these that we could do. Okay, we can do that. We can do that. We can do that. We can do that. Getting ready here. Oh, the police division. Yeah, that should have already. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. We'll do all that before, because we've got a little while to go. There's the Pullet Side Division. You can see it's just sort of got to get equipment for it. Now again here, I know they argue against magically appearing equipment. Well, this equipment for the Pullet Side Division basically had to come from outside the resources of the military at the time. So, you know, it's sort of fine. Okay, we can refuse. Okay, as part of the Ribbentrop-Molotov Pact, the Soviets are offering to sell us fuel due to the conditions of the pact we signed. We must agree to some trades with the Soviet Union. So, shall we proceed? So, we grant that civilian factory use of 1 hourly fuel gain plus 17%. Soviet Union fuel for Germany grants industrial factory donations. Okay. Yes, we will do this. So that will help our fuel situation. So and it was explained to me by one of the developers of Hearts of Iron 4 that this is a roadmap for people. And I get that. That part I get, you know. So if they want to, you know, go around Maginot Line, what do you need to do, as opposed to just pop-up events that you may not realize that you need to do to achieve this goal? So I get that. I would, again, and I know they've done a much better job than had been before of shortening the time on some of these. So I would make some of these just happen very quickly. But I think on that note, I think we're going to end this episode here. I know hopefully next episode we will be starting our invasion of France and the Low Countries. I think I have enough force here to do it. I know they're already battling out with the Italians, but hey, cool. The Italians are pushing up in there and are holding against the British here, though they have a unit. Oh, I just had a crash. Oh, wow. I just had a crash. Zooming in on that thing down in Italy down there caused a crash. Error has occurred. The application has quit unexpectedly. The crash report has been generated. Wow. So something, yes, something in black ice, I presumed, with whatever crashed the thing. So we'll be cautious of that in the future. But like I was saying, I think we're going to end this episode here. Thanks, everyone. I will see you next time for more, yes, even more Hearts of Iron. And hopefully we can get past this crash. So, thanks. See you next time. And I think on that note, I've been going for a good 3 hours. I'm going to end the stream here. I think that's a lot of national focus tree decisions. Focus tree decisions then cost PP in factories. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying there, IKB. And yeah, I am not saying that you should hit button, get west wall in 30 days, and have 0 time on the clock and get west wall. I'm saying maybe something like starting at either, conditions, which one of the conditions can simply be date, but, condition, remilitarize the Rhineland and whatever else. You may have some preconditions. Whether they're just simply things further up the chain of events on the national focus tree or not. But you could have, 1 day, 0 day, 10 days. And they do this to some degree. It is already built in that you can have the, and Black Ice is doing some of this. This is not saying that this is not happening at all. But you can have a 0 day, starting sometime like 1937, west wall, start construction. So that could just be, a 5 day, a 10 day bang happens, that then can say, okay, for the next 120 days, it's going to take, I don't know, 4, 6, 10, whatever you determine, civilian factories that are producing levels of fortification around there. And then after you get that done, you can go, oh, do you want to improve it even more? And, after that, and so that can cost. So the idea is so you can work through the tree. It's not that you get everything magically free or that there's never a choice to be made. But I think some of this stuff, I don't see it as a binary choice between, obviously it's more than two, but choice of what you can do now when you're talking about either building flak zones or preparing, and I was saying as much diplomatically and politically, invasions of the West and whatnot. So, yeah, should be. Thanks, ZZ. Thanks, Toyjet. Thanks, IKB. Thanks, Eric, Arno. Who else? Amazing, maybe still around. Not sure. The Bear 501. Ulanda 88. Thanks all for coming and hanging out with me. Oh, Highlander over on, I just noticed this over on Rumble. Blitzkrieg begin. Yes. Cool. Highlander 1. So thanks everyone for coming and hanging out with me today. Hopefully we'll be back tomorrow for some War Thunder. I noticed Kronos got a new laptop, so maybe he'll be playing with that. Hopefully Arno and Toyjet may show up and Eric may show up. You don't have to stay the whole time, but it'd be cool if you come and play a few games tomorrow. And yeah, then of course we'll be back next weekend with more stuff. So